Hey y'all, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Thursday, June 25th. It is 3:43 a.m. Remember that time is fluid, so whenever you see this message, just remember to see it. It's a quick general reading. It may not resonate with everyone, so please only take what resonates and leave the rest. Alright, what's the message, Spirit? Hey y'all, good morning. Happy Thursday. What's the message this morning? We got the Lovers and the Wheel of Fortune. Nice. You got choices, whether this be in love or whatever. But there's definitely a change, right? A change for the better. So there's a change coming in for you guys. Something's shifting. This could be you. You could be shifting your ideas, your thoughts. We got 6 and 10 here. What's going on here, Spirit? Could be with your finances. It could be in luck. It could be in love, right? It could be in any area of your life. I'm sorry, I'm eating gum early in the morning. Nope, I ain't had no breakfast. We have the Ace of Cups in the reverse. What's this? Justice in the reverse. Yeah. Not so lucky in love, huh? Yeah, that's the energy I'm getting. Not so lucky in love. But there's a change. Ace of Cups is wish fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, right? And justice. With justice in reverse. Yeah, there's a shift in your energy. The 9 of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Judgment. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe you've been feeling like when it comes to love and relationships, the Fool and the Moon in the reverse. You may have felt like, you have been very unlucky in love, unlucky in relationships. Your emotions with the Moon and the Fool in the reverse. Something's been keeping you from taking a leap of faith, going for something. You've been in your emotions. You have hidden emotions. The Moon and the Fool. I feel like this is changing. It's almost giving me like your luck is about to change, right? 9 of Pentacles and the Tower. I promise. I promise. Yeah, your luck is about to change, collective. For sure. There's a Tower coming here. There's something that's going to be... Something that's going to happen, but it's going to transform you. You know what I mean? It's going to push you into... What? Spirit. 2 of Wands. Maybe you felt like you couldn't do something by yourself. Maybe you always felt like you needed somebody to support you, right? Somebody there to do it with you. Because I really feel like you may have thought that, or felt like you didn't have anybody. If you're looking for a relationship, a commitment, a partnership, I feel like maybe you felt like you could do it by yourself, or you didn't need anybody for a very long time. You're very independent. Maybe you had to learn how to love yourself. Because when you put your hope in other people, excuse me, in other people, yeah, somebody's been afraid to go on their own. If you don't have anybody, you're not going to make it. If you don't have somebody to support you, you're not going to be able to have the things that you want. Yes, you can. This is your mindset. This is your mindset, collective. If you leave, you're not going to be able to support yourself. You're not going to. This is giving me that kind of energy. Like, will you be able to support yourself? Can you, create stability for yourself? I think for a long time you may have felt like you had to have somebody with you in order to have this. Maybe that's something that you just want. And look now, you by yourself. You by yourself. You may have felt like love and life was unfair, right? Never imagine, this is where this Wheel of Fortune, you never imagined that you would have to do this by yourself. You felt like it was an injustice. With this Ace of Cups, like you didn't get wish fulfilled, but you don't talk about it. You don't talk about it. It's as if you just accept it, right? I don't know, I'm hearing you're just playing the cards that were dealt to you, that the hand that was dealt to you, right? What time is it? What's this? 8 of Wands. Well, there's something happening pretty fucking quickly. Because I feel like you had to change your mindset. I don't think you've seen yourself, walking this path alone. I feel like you've always imagined someone walking with you, especially with the Lovers. I feel like you've always, but that idea, that thought is gone. It's like you have been. You know how you can be a kid and you could grow up thinking one day you grow up you're going to have a wife, a kids, a husband, a kids, a home and shit like that, right? And a lot of us when we were raised to feel like, it takes a husband and a wife, a mother and a father. I don't know about y'all, but I was raised by a single parent. So where I got the idea that I had to have somebody, maybe that's why I thought I had to have a man around, right? Because of my upbringing. Right? Because of watching my mother go through difficult situations in relationships. You know what I mean? This is a total mindset change here. This is a tower. This is a reality check, right? This is a coming to Jesus moment. Coming into the reality like, what the fuck? I could do it by myself. I can, things I haven't been very, loving and caring for you anyway. With the Ace of Cups and the Justice and the Moon in reverse and the Fool. And the Lovers is a choice. I'm hearing, when's my luck going to change? When is love going to come in? And maybe it's not. Maybe you're just going to have to, learn how to love yourself and give it to yourself. And you're recognizing how you've been moving, you know what I mean? How you've been moving through life. Doubting yourself and putting all your hopes and wishes and dreams into something that's not even a reality for you, you know what I mean? It's a fantasy. What's going on here, Spirit? I was not planning on doing this morning. The Two of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, look at that. When pigs fly, right? Now you're realizing it all has to come from within. Wow. Yeah, it all has to come from within. If you're waiting on the perfect situation, the perfect relationship, the perfect amount of money, the perfect job, whatever it is you're waiting for that you think is going to bring you this wish fulfillment, this victory, right? This admiration, Because that's what the Six of Wands is, right? It's people admiring you, right? People looking up to you. Right? You accomplishing things that you set out to do, right? I feel like there's a lot of, you know, how I want to say it. This could be like just growing up with, you know, without a lot of things, right? A disadvantage. Come on, Spirit. You had a disadvantage, and the Tower for you is realizing that what you were made to believe was the right way or was the only way for you to achieve your goals and the dream or the life that you want, that it had to be with a partner. That it had to be with, you had to have somebody by your side. And a lot, especially women, a lot of us was raised that way. That's why we accept a lot of bullshit relationships, low vibrational relationships, because we feel like we got to stay in these relationships, right? We have children with these low vibrational people, you know, people that are not in alignment with us, because we're searching for that connection, that piece to the puzzle, right? But then we find out that shit ain't even a reality. Queen of Swords in the reverse with the Tower. With the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Seven of Pentacles, what you investing in. The Queen of Swords in the reverse is struggles. I feel like you're learning. I feel like through life's challenges, you know, through the fact that you had to do a lot of things by yourself, right? A lot of achievements. I think the things that have been holding you back is the belief that it had to be done a certain way. Let's just put it like that. What you wanted to achieve and desire, you maybe thought that it had to look a certain way in order for it to be some kind of achievement. But when you turn your back on that old fucking lie, that's what I'm hearing. When you turn your back on that old lie, when you stop investing in that toxic ass reality, because it's not your reality. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that what happened to you in life was supposed to happen the way it happened, you know, but when you look at the silver lining in it, right, it taught you a lot of courage. It taught you how to stand on your own. It taught you how to check yourself, not lose control of yourself when things didn't go your way. I feel like there's a lot of emotional stuff in here. You may have felt a lot of, you know, angry, sad, confused, whatever the fuck it was, right? But I don't feel like you led with that, right? You didn't play the victim. Thank you, Spirit. What's going on here, Spirit? Okay. Family. There it is, right? There it is. The Hermit. Listen. Is this the only way to have this Ten of Pentacles? You may not have grew up like that, right? You didn't have no two-parent household. Or maybe you did have a two-parent. Maybe it wasn't your biological parents. Because all those kids look different, right? I definitely feel like that whatever way you were brought up, however you were taught, whatever, you know, way you were brought up in life and shown how life should be or relationships and family should be. I really, look at the King of Cups in reverse. I really feel like that was like an illusion that has broken for you. I think you've broken out of that mindset because that hasn't been your fucking reality. And when things don't go according to the book, right? When things start to go the other way, we think it's wrong because it's not going by the book. But see, by the book ain't for everybody. Right? That's not for everybody. God makes the plans. Humanity, society will try to say this is how it's supposed to go in order for you to have the best outcome. No, it's not always that way for everybody. God didn't mean for all of us to walk into the same motherfucking box, I promise. I promise. We're not all supposed to be going in the same direction. This could have been very hard for you. This could have been like earth-shattering, mind-blowing, like that this tower's here, especially when it comes to your family and everything that you know, that you learned, right? This is being in your head, baby. Spending a lot of time thinking, contemplating, looking at shit, trying to figure shit out. Learning some fucking lessons. I'm telling you, life will teach us lessons that schooling and books and people can't fucking teach us. You hear me? Listen. Why do you feel trapped? Why isn't things going in the way that you thought they should go? It's because it's not meant for you to go that way. This is a specific message. This isn't for everybody. Just when things don't go your way, you ain't supposed to have it. No, that's not for everybody, but this is for somebody that's wondering how come the way that they've been trying to do it ain't fucking working. How come there's a tower here? How come you're seeing things in a different perspective? And the way you were taught has you trapped. Because the way you was taught isn't your reality. Come on, Spirit. You be trapped in your head for a long fucking time. Trying to have your mother's life, your great-grandmother's life, your ancestors' life. This is a new time. This is a new time. Ace of Pentacles. That wasn't your destiny. Thank you, Spirit. That wasn't your destiny. To sacrifice and never reach a pinnacle in life where you are genuinely emotionally fulfilled. You weren't finding that. And with this tower, you seen it. I see you. This is somebody that's been by themselves for a little while. A lot of you can live alone. Temperance and the Empress in the reverse. Empty nesters. Maybe you didn't have children. Maybe you thought, if you had children, things would be different. You could create, but maybe you didn't even want children. How about that? Shit, maybe some of y'all don't even want a family. I'm just saying. Maybe you could be feeling like that now because maybe you didn't have a very nurturing family when you grew up, right? Or relationships with your friends and families and siblings and shit like that and lovers. It kind of maybe could have just turned you off to the whole situation, because I can see that here too. Like, love is just like, that shit's for the birds. That's not a reality. People lie. People are lying when they say they got this unconditional. That's what the energy I'm picking up somebody like is bullshit. Some of you guys could have turned yourself off to love, to a relationship, to even working towards having this ten of Pentacles, right? Temperance is here. What else going on here, Spirit? Child, listen. The Six of Swords and the Seven of Wands in the reverse. Queen of Cups in the reverse. Maybe I feel like some of you guys may not feel protected. You don't feel protected. You feel abandoned, rejected. Yeah. Ooh, that's too sad for me this morning. Give me one more, Spirit. I gotta go. Oh, there it goes. The Magician. Transmuting the energy. I can't take all these. The Magician. King of Pentacles. I feel like you're moving away from a mindset. With the Six of Swords here, this is giving me a mindset. It don't have to be a physical move, but it's definitely a move where you're moving away from expectations, from thinking. You're changing the reality, the way you see things. You're realizing that that how you thought things should be, that's really not the fucking reality, okay? I feel like here today, whatever it is that brings you joy, peace, and happiness, I think that's something that you're going to have to just fucking go for. It's time to drop the dead weight. It's time to drop the ideas, the thoughts, the fantasies, and step into the reality of the here and the now. That's for somebody. What we got here? People aren't ignoring you, love bug. Look at that. Yeah, I feel like you were abandoned, or maybe you're abandoning the idea of ever having unconditional love. You can definitely give it, right? And allow the universe to bring it back to you with the magician. People are busy as fuck. Oh, feeling left out, huh? With their lives. The way to stop feeling ignored is to get busy with yours. Look at that. Take up knitting if you have to. Get into it. No one is ignoring you. They're probably just reading or something. Go read. The day you stop worrying whether or not someone is ignoring you is the day you get busy as fuck living your own life. There's a lot of expectations that may have been put on other people. Right? We expect other people to love us and treat us the same way that we treat them. And that's not always the case. All right? That's not always the case. Sometimes we just got to learn how to love ourselves. And I feel like this is what this situation is teaching you now. Yeah, you might have high expectations, but the reality is, stop worrying about how other people feel about you and worry about how you feel about yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's not going to be other people that make your dreams and realities come true. It's going to be the work that you put in, your thought process, the choices you make, the steps you take, right? All right, y'all, that's your message. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. I'll see y'all. Deuces, stay up.